You ready?
You ready?
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 Hello,
No,
internet.
we're not doing it. It's a bit more high energy. Welcome to the Christmas edition of the Prop Show, edition number 20. And who we got on the show this week?
Big guest, Stephen Brown and Luke Clay, aka the Christmas pimp with his chain on.
Love that.
Okay,
It matches the love ode behind.
Yeah. Okay, so are we rolling some vitae?
Well, we've got an important question before we start the show.
What's the important question, Steve?
Where's my crumble? Where's my crumble?
Is it Friday night?
It's Friday night dinner! Okay.
Let's have some festive vitae.
Welcome. We've changed settings as you for a festive feeling.
This was a hot hat.
Okay, we'll have to roll the VT. It's
No,
part
we've
of the
rolled the
show
VT.
shit.
We've already rolled the VT.
Have we rolled it?
No,
We've rolled it.
Yes, we
I
missed
say
it.
roll it again.
No, we're not rolling it again.
I roll it again.
Santa says roll it again.
No, we're not rolling it again.
Why?
Don't.
Because we can't
Roll
the
it
VT.
again.
We can't roll the VT twice.
Okay, so where are we today then, Chris?
Today, we are in our very festive Christmas studio at England's finest photography, The Other Company.
In Lapland.
In Lapland. Not in Lapland, in sunny
It is
Grantham.
that, yeah, okay.
In sunny Grantham.
So what are we on the show this week then?
So on the show this week, we're talking to Luke about video, obviously. We're talking to... Where are you here? Talking to Stephen Brown about something.
Just I heard you had a Christmas party.
We've got a Christmas party. We've got some fake biscuits.
That eggnog.
Stephen's going to talk to us about an event he's got coming up at the NEC. We're going to
And the power of prospecting on the phone.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about 2019 with Mr. Watkin to see what could be coming in 2019.
Indeed.
Cool. Okay, so should we kick off with Luke? Hi, Luke.
Hi.
Luke's back. Yes, the return of the boys to the Prop Show.
We're
This
the
is
only
quite rare.
guests that have
Because I
returned.
don't know if you know, but we're actually booked up on the Prop Show until April.
What?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Apparently, a couple of people put it on their wish list for Santa, but he can't deliver.
Can't
Can't
deliver.
deliver.
I was at the recent negotiator and I said, "Oh, can we be interviewed and come on the show?" I said, "Well, you're gonna have to send in some audition tapes."
Excellent.
Yes,
So,
or some
negotiator.
tat.
Some tat.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Wando.
Okay,
Or this is really hard.
Crumble. Where's my crumble from?
Oh!
I can't get this. I can't get the Wandones on.
Okay, put your one
So we can't get the. So thanks,
Okay.
Wandone, for the glasses. Wando.
Wando.
Thanks for those. It's hard to get them on with the Christmas hat, and of course,
Okay.
not overly sunny.
And big thanks to our other show sponsor, Yomdel, who how
Send
much
us
have they
some free
sponsored it for?
0 pence.
0 pence.
But they sent us some cool socks,
know
and
what?
everyone
That's
needs
very
socks for
generous.
Christmas.
Yes, we've been wearing Christmas morning.
But yeah,
So if you're a supplier and you want to be mentioned on the Prop Show against viewed thousands of times,
Send
it
us some
costs you
free tat.
absolutely just send us some free tat and we'll mention
yeah.
you.
Oh, good
Crumble.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
So
take
yeah.
Take the crumb away from it.
So the crumble. Luke kindly did a video call with our delegates from our last training day to talk to them about the power of video and how it's revolutionised his business. And he's also coming
Next
along
video training
on the
course,
next course,
22nd
of January. He's going to come
If
along
you're
on
an
the
estate
course.
agent or letting agent and you want to learn how to film, edit, get over your fears, how to put photos in, this is the course for you.
We trained this guy.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And this guy now has a new guy.
New guy.
L-Rock.
L-Rock. Come round.
Hey.
L-Rock.
The show's being filmed.
L-Rock's being filmed.
Come down
He's
here,
filming.
say hello.
He's filming. He's Luke's guy now.
Yeah.
So Luke has a guy. That's how important film is to
So
his
we
business.
haven't got a
Work
guy.
related. Can we just
no,
pass?
so
We are the guys.
Let's be serious for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's be serious. How important has video content been for your business?
Crucially important.
How crucially important?
How?
How much money is it made?
How much money?
Yeah.
It's increased our average fee by around 15-20%.
Jesus.
Wow.
And in terms of now, you gave us
Now
a
that's
really
not just down. It's not just down to video.
No,
but
it isn't.
video's a massive
No, it
contributing factor.
It
to
isn't.
that.
It isn't. But when you prospecting, pick up the phone. We
You
know
need to
that.
turn that data into gold somehow.
Okay, if anyone has a course called
There's a
Data
plug.
Into Gold,
Yeah.
Here,
is there some course?
Can we get Christmas?
I like this. Christmas has come early.
data into gold. Let's have the plug.
Yeah.
Okay,
With-
There's
you were
the
going to
plug.
get a golden plug. Where's that?
It's all right. This plug here
I've got the
is on
gold chain.
fire. There's the golden plug. Okay. So turning data into gold.
No, it's Luke's turn.
It's
now.
Luke's turn now. Let's come back
talk
to
about. Let's talk about.
So in
video.
terms of video content, when you came on our last course via Skype link,
Yes.
although Luke will be physically at our course on the 22nd
With Al Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To talk to our delegates about the power of video in business. But you gave us some really good stats about where you started and where you've come from.
Yeah.
So give us a bit of background about your video journey so far and what it's seen you in terms of.
So those
growth.
videos at the beginning were awful.
They were awful.
Thanks.
But they were done, and done beats perfect.
It does. So they were awful, but we just got them out there.
Yeah.
And then we just kept on putting them out there and out there and out there. And under your help, Chris's help, and watching what other people do.
Yep.
And Gary Vee talks about it. Watch what he does.
Yeah.
So watch what other people do.
Yeah.
And then make it your own and put your own flavour on.
Well, we
things.
say that if you watch BBC and Sky, they employ the best people. So watch what they're doing, techniques. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people actually say that they look at you, Luke, and say, "Well, I'm not as good as him."
Yeah, but look at my first videos. They're awful. Like I said, they were.
They were.
And some of them that we make now are awful.
Not all of them.
But thanks.
As an outsider looking in,
Yeah.
seeing where Luke started and where Luke's come from, I think it's absolutely incredible.
It is amazing.
And I think you're natural on camera now.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Compared to where
But
you
we
first
did get a
started.
Christmas tree for Oadby.
You
Yes.
did.
Yes.
You did.
And is that as a direct result of the video content?
Yeah, so we did our campaign under Love Oadby
Yes, Love Obi.
with the gold chain.
So Love Obi has made you a Christmas tree.
We've made a 20-foot Christmas tree.
Wow.
We've got a Christmas tree in the centre of Oadby, and we redecorated it Sunday just gone. And the amount of people stopping us in the street saying, "Thanks for what you've done for
Amazing.
the town." I even ran the council, not me personally, but one of the people that stopped me. I even ran the council to have a moan, and why should businesses having to be putting their hand in their pocket to help finance this tree?
But the council did chip in eventually, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They gave us a big pot to put the tree in.
So in terms of so just correct me if I'm wrong, Luke.
Yeah.
Now, your main job now
Yeah.
is to make content.
It's to make content. That's why we've got L Rock, because there's only so many hours in the day, and it's all great filming it. You then got to piece it together and make it look nice.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
But I think for you've seen a huge rise. What was the figure that you gave us? There was a bit of figure that you said you could not completely attribute to, but there was a money, like an actual value of.
Yeah, so it's around £800 per transaction.
Yeah, that it's increased you by.
Yeah.
And over the course of, I guess the last year.
Yeah.
Where have you come from? Where have you gone to in terms of turnover? I guess.
Yeah, so we're on for our record year this year. We've exceeded 2016, which was our biggest year.
Yeah.
And we've exceeded that already with 1 month to go.
Fantastic.
And
Fantastic.
people say it's a challenging market out there. So
it is a challenging market.
So look,
but that's not just that's profitability
Yeah.
and turnover. So all of this video hasn't come at a massive cost, because that's one of the.
You still use your iPhone for stuff, don't you?
Yeah, still use the iPhone for some things.
You don't need an L Rock, do you?
No.
And I think the magic thing is where a lot of people go wrong is that they're worried what people think about them and think it'll take too long to do. And all you need to do, guys, is just film it on your mobile phone, and then just go onto your editing software and just chop the first 3 seconds. You just pinch it in, and the last 3 seconds, you know when you do that.
Yeah.
Just get the bloody thing out there.
Hit publish.
Yeah,
That's
Go.
it.
Yeah.
Sticking with Luke just for a minute, you and Stephen
Yeah.
And Andy Overmans.
and Andy Ovens have
Yes.
a podcast.
Do we?
You do.
Yeah, it's a very good podcast.
Very
Someone
good
told
one.
me it was in the top
Top
85
85 on
business
iTunes.
podcasts.
I think we even made it into the top 50.
you know what?
didn't
Oh,
we?
no.
Is it top 50
It
of all of
was-
them or top 50
It
business?
was top 28.
Was it?
28.
Business podcast.
And
Business
Gary
podcasts.
V was at number 16.
Yeah.
Harvard Business School was at 29.
Yeah.
This Is Money was at 27.
Love that.
So we were in good company.
Yeah,
Yes.
big time.
Yes.
And that was
Yes,
that was
podcasts.
having John McGrath on.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
I
How did it-
listened
how
to the
did
first
it-
half. That was really good.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting story.
Get yourself to iTunes, have a listen to the podcast. It's super awesome. We will
It's
put
called
a link,
the
but
Estate
there's no
Agent
point.
Podcast. Not to be confused with the Letting of Estate Agent Podcast or any other podcasts that have similar names.
Good to know. Ah. Good to know. Listen to Chris's too, if you.
No, it's just
If you
the repurposed audio.
Oh, cool.
Theirs is proper.
I mean,
podcast.
there's some fantastic podcasts out there.
There are.
And we've been
Yeah.
very fortunate to interview
What?
some great guests.
Why did you do that? Just out of interest, why did you? Because you already did loads of video content. You're one of the best people I know at sending little video messages to people saying cheers, thanks a million, and that's great because that engagement is fantastic. And I always think, oh, Steve's been. I'll get a little video to say, oh, thanks.
I'm under pressure now.
But it does. But
you have to get one before I leave.
But you make people's day doing that, I think, and that's nice.
That's what it's about, then, making people's day, making a difference.
But why did you start podcasting?
Well, we set out. We recognised that there wasn't anything. Apart from the Letting and Estate Agent podcast, which is regurgitated video.
And the Lettings and the
Because we come up with a better word than regurgitated.
And you said it.
Yeah, you said it.
Repurpose.
Yeah. Repurpose.
Using your language.
So, and in Australia, they have $1 Million Agent.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have something where it was going to provide and add value and help people, because it is a struggle out there for everyone in business, not just estate agents.
No, it's true, yeah.
It is hard work, and sometimes you just need that little bit of a me time to listen to the podcast, give yourself a bit of a pat on the back and a kick, and send you out firing and into battle.
Awesome.
For it, and that's what we wanted to do, is to add value to everyone's life.
Very good. Very good.
You get it from a trainer's perspective, you get it from a business owner's perspective, you get it from a manager's perspective. So you're hearing it all round.
I like the fact is you're employing, you're talking to staff as well as trainers, and that's amazing. I love it.
Speaking of the market, should we find out what our man on the ground thinks?
Who? Steve?
Yeah, Steve.
Let's see what Steve says.
Steve says video sells property.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, Steve.
Yeah.
So in terms
I love the Christmas hat you put on him.
Oh yeah, we made him a little bit festive, didn't we?
Yeah.
And making your job easier. I think it should be this hat.
we have now in the post-production made Steve
Very festive.
With some snow coming down.
We could make the Batman. Oh, we've not got the Batmobile. We can't make.
No, we can't make the Batmobile.
Never mind.
Yeah.
In terms of
maybe it could just appear here though, like a magic.
like literally a spin.
Well, we talked about our training course. Steve, you've got one coming up in January.
We have.
Do you want to tell people about that?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Link to our course.
Thank you.
Book here now.
Steve.
So, Troy Malcolm, who is Head of Learning and Development at McGrath in Australia, is coming over.
Right.
Amazing.
McGrath's got 94 offices, 2,500 staff.
Wow.
Is that the guy you interviewed when you went over? You guys went over
Yeah,
to
I
Arrow.
think you've been underselling him on his staff. He's got 12,000.
Staff.
No, McGrath there are.
Are there?
Are there 12,000 staff?
2,500.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he looks after the training of 2,500 staff. He puts on 27 training sessions every month.
Every month?
Yeah,
Wow.
he does a lot of work.
More than one a day.
More than one a day.
with John McGrath.
But where did he start his life?
He started his life as a football player.
Yeah.
Did he?
Oh, really?
And as a chauffeur to
Oh,
John
the chauffeur, yeah, you
John,
told me about before.
John McGrath 17 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
So incredible journey, incredible story, and he's going to be sharing loads of top tips and
he's-
insights. And,
Right,
You sold
Brilliant,
hundreds of tickets. Well done,
I
mate.
have sold a few tickets.
Yeah. And we're going to be there.
I'm looking forward to having you there.
I tell you what,
So,
it's, I tell you
Added
what,
value.
they
Value in
really-
advance.
They really do know what they're doing in Australia, don't they, when it comes to estate agents?
Yeah.
Real estate, mate.
Real estate,
Put a
mate.
snag on the bar.
Oh, Chris, you've done a blinder there.
Oh, mate.
I think I'm getting you on stage. Show me
Excuse
who
me.
needs Troy.
Excuse the
True.
stereotyping.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
But he will,
Christmas tree
he
hat.
will blow your mind, Troy.
really,
Yeah,
Really?
with
So
his
can
value.
we, hold on. You know the hats that we were getting for Sanchfest that we're going to save for June? We could get the same hats with the corks on and come on stage, couldn't we?
No.
With like,
No.
sing, I come from the land
No.
of under.
With Mendrick, beer and chunder. That's
Come
one
on,
of the lyrics.
move
No.
it on swiftly.
No.
Let's input some more energy.
So
into
in
the
terms of Stephen Brown's course, is going to be is available to book now. You've got still got space.
A few.
It's a few spaces.
Limited
Number of spaces. If you want to book and see Stephen, you want to see us, Luke, you're going to be there?
Yep.
Luke's going to be there. No, I'm joking.
Thank you.
I'm going to be there as
So,
well.
C-Dub's going to be there. We're all going to be there, not in the Christmas tree hat, sadly.
Okay.
Yes.
It's Christmas! Right,
Christmas.
so, come on.
So good. So,
Read off the line. What's the next bit we've got to do?
well, the
Talk
next
about
bit-
your Countrywide
Let's talk about
shares,
your
we can do
Countrywide
that.
shares. How they doing?
9.5p.
Good. So,
Savage times.
okay. So now
I've made no money.
it's
Festive
time
Fez.
for the Festive.
Hey!
That's the prop show.
Run the graphic.
So, Fez is on. Q&A time, big boy. What's happening 2019? What's your prediction?
Mystic Meg.
About
Oh,
what?
we've got a crystal ball somewhere.
Where is it?
Oh, it's in the office.
It's in Lapland.
What do you mean? What in the
So
state agency?
what's going to
the
happen?
property
What do you
market?
think's going to happen? We've got some big things. So we've got some big things happening in 2019. Tenant fee bans coming in.
I think there's an awful lot of letting agents who've got their head in the sand about the tenant fee ban, who have got no plans on what to do, but they'll just wait till April until they turn it off. Although do remember though that there is almost a get out of jail card for a year for existing ones, not new ones.
Yeah.
So you're still going to be able to charge a little bit. I think that's the nature of the game is that a lot of people just put their head in the sand. They've got to open their fucking eyes and start systemizing their businesses to save more money. They're going to get off their backside to start generating more business, and they're going to create more marketing to bring more people into the business.
Stevie B, proactive business 2019. Your thoughts?
Just so many opportunities. So many opportunities
Everywhere.
Every person you speak to is an opportunity. So you know,
I like to think my name is Chris.
Is it?
Yeah, not opportunity.
Chris Opportunity.
Oh, nice. That's good.
See, I've
So
sold your property.
What's your power? What's the most powerful weapon in your arsenal?
Speak to people.
Pick the phone up.
Speak
That's
to
the best
people.
piece
In
of
fact, you taught
prop
us a little technique about getting 3 yeses. Because we usually, when we're down in Chelmsford filming,
Good.
it was Steve from
Steve Frost.
Steve Frost.
Yeah.
Steve O.
Really tall in the game. Yeah.
It's
Really big in the
6'7".
game.
Yeah,
Literally big in the
big
game.
lad.
Yeah, he's literally. Yeah, that's good. But okay, cool. Lukey, predictions, fears. What's your prediction for 2019?
I think you're going to see more and more video content. And
Good.
I think you're going to see the big boys embracing video more.
Yes.
I think there's the signs of that happening. And,
Yes.
And
Well, Hearts have already invested heavily, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
600 grand.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Hearts have invested heavily.
If you're a member of a Hearts franchise and you want to,
No, they don't do franchises.
no, I know.
If you own Hearts
If
and
you
you want
own
all your
Hearts.
staff trained on video,
Paul Smith.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
Paul Smith?
Yeah.
Does he make the clothes? He makes
No.
nice shirts.
No, he did, no.
Different
No.
Paul Smith.
No.
Different Paul
It's
Smith.
different Paul Smith.
So I think next year is going to be the year you need to get that parking space for your video content in your
Yeah,
town.
you don't want to be second to market,
Yeah.
do you?
I thought Luke was going to say 2019 is the year that we're going to revolutionise the market and I'll get a big parking space for a new car, but it's not going to happen.
If you want to invest in the car,
What's the new car you want?
Oh, what do I want? Bugatti Veyron?
Okay.
oh mate,
but what
you won't get over the speed bumps on the
are you
way
going to
in.
get though?
What am I going to get? Well, whatever my wife lets me buy.
Oh, you get what you want.
Think big. So we had a great podcast with Clive Woodward's ex-business manager.
He was the England manager.
Rugby, yeah.
Rugby
Yeah.
manager. So we had
I
a
know.
great conversation with him,
Yeah.
and we asked him a question. You know, how do elite athletes become where they are?
Yeah.
And it's all about outcomes, goals,
Yes.
and they decide where they want to reach.
Yeah.
So you've just said, what car did you want?
Bugatti Veyron.
You heard it here
That's it.
first.
If he's not driving one this
By
time next
when?
year,
By
he's
when?
failed.
No, okay, it's got to be smart. But, you know, it's got to be
My
realistic.
children wouldn't go in a Bugatti
Come on,
Veyron.
what do
No,
you
but
really
you
want?
could have like a M5 estate or something, or
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really that
There's
bothered.
something. Have you heard of the word BHAG?
No.
Big, hairy, audacious goal.
Ooh,
Right.
Okay, that could be your big, hairy, audacious
Well, I'm
goal.
already big and hairy,
Okay,
so now I just need an audacious goal.
and you've got one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that along the lines of visualization, like having something to look at, like you had the watch in the office, and,
Or writing a check.
and
for a million
Tony
dollars,
Robbins
£1 million.
talked about this years and
I
years
mean,
ago.
we
Like,
used to have collages at the start of the year that we used to do. So
Right,
everything
okay.
we wanted to achieve,
Yeah.
we would put
literally tick
up,
them off,
Yeah.
and
so
Yeah.
we could see in front of us what we wanted to do.
yeah.
To be honest, it's not really about the actual the monetary value of things. It's about people, and it's about. We joke about cars. I'm happy with my family and everything else,
You're
and
not.
that's all I want for. Yes, I am.
Well,
That's
you are
it.
with that, but you prefer the car in
yeah.
addition.
Yeah.
But it's Christmas, isn't it? So we have to be thankful.
So
for,
don't you want
have to
your
be
Veyron?
thankful for the things
Okay.
I do want the Veyron.
Okay, let's bring-
we have to be thankful for the things we do.
Let's
have.
let's do the slot. Let's do the fluffy stuff. We'll put
No,
that
that
aside.
is the fluffy stuff.
Okay, let's move it forward.
Yeah,
we
so-
are the Christmas show. And we're the prop show. So let's
Yes.
talk about prop.
Let's talk about
Okay,
property.
what top tips have you got for estate agents in January
I've got a top tip for December.
Remember, this is Christmas, so they're probably all switched off from this point.
This is when they will be watching it on Christmas Day.
Well, you might be.
There's
Merry
a-
Christmas.
Yeah.
There's a huge volume of people that use Rightmove and Zoopla and all that jazz over Christmas, isn't it?
Yes.
Looking for properties.
Yes.
So why don't you target some of those guys with a Facebook pixel or a new video like Luke's suggesting, and just say, you know, hey guys, come and see me for some property in the local area.
Yeah.
Because people do get online at Christmas, and
Of course they do.
you know, some people are getting new iPads, and
Yeah.
they'll be on it.
Festive fun.
Okay, here's another top tip for you: is the 12 days of Christmas start on Christmas Day.
Yep.
So why don't you go onto Zoopla, go to house prices, type in your town,
Yep.
and that brings up the average value of a property in the town, and then it's got all the streets. And if you click on the streets, they're all in alphabetical order. Click on the word Z index, and all of a sudden it'll put them into price order. Cheapest first. If you press it again, it'll do the most expensive. And why don't you do the top 12 countdown of the poshest streets in your town?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Great
right.
tip.
That's
Well,
good.
great tip.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
There you go. And do it start on the 25th. If you know, and why don't you do? Let's be honest, we're all kicking our heels on the 23rd, 24th.
Yes, true.
Go and record them. Put your Christmas hat on.
I'm
and
buying
do a bit of
Christmas
fest.
presents and don't know about you.
Oh yeah.
They're panic buying.
Awesome.
What are the top tips have we got for estate agents in the new year that they can hit the ground running?
So
A wise one.
You need to look at how Stephen always talks about how you can add value to that client journey. So what tips could you record in the new year that is going to get your house ready?
Yes.
So think about new year fitness, personal fitness. How about getting your property fit?
Need some of that.
So
Great idea.
top
MOT.
tip- yeah, so a bit like an MOT where you could say these are the 10 or 20 things that you should be doing, and just releasing those out throughout the course of the month.
Okay, but here's a huge top tip for you. If you're going to do top 10 tips, and you're in Leicester, make sure it's the top 10 tips for selling your Leicester house, or if you're in Melton Mowbray, the top 10 tips selling your Melton Mowbray home.
And have it in the title, start the video.
It's so important that you drop the location into your titles and into your videos, everything. But then it becomes hyper-local.
Yeah.
Even if you've really got letting agents out there that insist on doing your Section 8 versus Section 21 notice videos content, which, to be honest with you, is really interesting. If you are going to do that, it's Section 8 versus Section 21 in Leicester.
Yeah.
Remember that. And your videos and L-Rock need to put more bloody Leicesters in there. You know that video you did of your
All the
buy-to-let
Leicesters.
evening? Leicester. Just Leicester's got to be thread all the way through it. It's
Well,
got to be a
because when
Leicester.
you're scrolling through your timeline
Yeah.
on Facebook, if you see where you live, like the word, you're probably going to stop for a split
stop,
second.
Yeah, again, massive tattoo. We are
BBC
dropping.
effect.
These are Christmas truth bombs and presents.
Keep them giving.
Yeah.
Gift the
Okay, really
giving.
important.
Love
when
this.
you're
That's
doing
the crumble.
where's the crumble? Okay,
More
crumble.
crumble.
Right.
Friday night.
I'd like you to put, you know, that wonderful word swag app that you can buy on the
Yes.
phone for £3.
£2 quid.
£2.
£2.
Okay, put a fixed JPEG of the word of your Leicester.
Yeah.
Leicester on for 1.5 seconds before the start of the video, and that is what Facebook will choose as its thumbnail.
Gotcha.
You've got to go in and edit it, but on LinkedIn
Yeah.
it will choose it. And as soon as you're scrolling through, you see the word Leicester, because you're
Yeah.
Leicester, Melton Mowbray. Yes, I all the price. And people will watch it.
What about pictures of
Surprised there's still
landmarks?
4 there.
So road signs.
Road
Town
signs,
signs, good.
road signs. Yeah,
Yes.
make sure they're really zeroed
Yeah.
in.
Train stations.
Train stations. But remember, if you're going to do that, make sure that there's no sky around it. Zoom in.
Yeah.
Walk down the high street. You're all kicking your heels because it's December the 23rd or whatever date we chuck this out on. Go down the high street and take photographs of your town and chuck that out, or even on fixed JPEGs on social media. Your click-through rates will go through the roof.
Yes.
Anyway,
That's the end of our prop show.
It is. It's the end of the prop
That's the
show.
end of the prop show. Who have you been with? Let's have a little video. In fact, should we have? I'll tell you what we'll do. All right, let's have a little video that Luke's put together.
How to document stuff.
How to document stuff. Because you did a full day video, sort of training,
Like management
stuff,
meeting in the
management meeting
morning.
in the morning.
Yeah.
All that
Out
sort
on
of
a
stuff.
viewing.
Let's have a little excerpt from Chris and Luke's kind of video advice day.
Right.
Good. Okay.
You want to plug it in?
Yes, please. Now, I've done no preparation. So, first thing I'm going to do is the old-fashioned blue tack method. So, Liam, if you just want to come in a bit.
Yep,
the
I've got it
lens
on.
is that little thing there. So we're going to put a tiny piece of blue tack. Do you mind just holding that thing in? Like that, there you go.
Thank you. What's that for then?
Well, what happens is we now know where the lens is because it's next to the blue tack.
So you don't talk to the screen.
No. And then the next thing is we need a post-it note.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a post-it note.
Yeah.
This always flies off everywhere.
So a bit of blue tack again.
So what I'm going to do now, Liam, if you just have a look, is I'm positioning myself on the thirds, which means the posh word is I'm putting myself a third of the way across and 2/3 that way. If you can
And
see
you
that.
can set these grids
you
if you've not got them on your phone. You can. There's a setting, isn't there?
There is on photos. So that's where my feet are. So I'm going to get that piece of blue tack now, and I'm going to stick it
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm going to need some details. So I've got my 2 pieces of paper here, ones that I wrote, and I'm going to probably have to cut that, probably tear it or something. Roughy toughy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Told you it's that toughness.
I know. That
John Paul toughness.
John Paul toughness. And then the second piece of paper underneath there.
Okay.
Okay. So what I've got there, guys, is I've got the pieces of paper, which I might, if it was windy, I might just probably sellotape down the bottom, but it's not too windy today. Now, the really important thing is that when you are actually, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you're actually reading stuff, people can see your eyes moving. So the best thing to do is to wave your hands. So Lee, if you come in, if you recall, we've got the 3 sections, which is intro, facts and figures, and I love it because. We're going to have a go at this one. All right. So Liam, if you want to come out of the camera, and I'm going to hit the word go like this, position myself, and here we go. If you live in Clarendon Park, I have got something to tell you about what's happening in the Clarendon Park property market. In the last 12 months, 83 properties have sold in this absolutely wonderful area for an average price of £222,900, which interestingly is not as much as Stonygate at 286,200, but obviously not as posh. We're posher than Knighton at 272,500. When you actually look at what's been selling, the most properties have been selling in this area have been terraced houses, and out of the 83, 50 terraced houses have sold for an average price of not a bad price, 227,900, and then 18 flats have sold for 177, 13 semis and 2 flats, 2 detached houses. Let's have a quick look at some properties of the type of properties that you can buy. And here's a property that has just recently sold on Lighton Road. It sold for £250,000 it sold for £250,000 in the last couple of months. And let's just have a quick look. It's got a lovely front room, kitchen, and then look at this garden room and a lovely courtyard. I love Clarendon Park because it's so close to the town centre, but it's got its own town village-like feel as well. Leicester's just on your doorstep, all the shopping, and if you are thinking of selling a property in Clarendon Park, I'd love to talk to you and tell you what makes Clarendon Park so special. Thanks very much. Right, there you go. Your turn now, mate. Do you want to do all that again?
Yep.
Okay.
Are we doing it off that
No,
one?
I'm just recording. We'll just keep it on one roll. You don't want to cut this out.
Can't
Do you
even
want to
see
cover
the
yourself?
lead, can you? Yep, don't need to see myself.
You don't want to see
Yeah.
yourself? Okay. Remember, look at the blue tack, look at the blue tack, look at the blue
Yeah.
tack.
Hi, it's Luke from Knightsbridge Estate Agents and Valuers from Queen's Road, and I've come today to West Avenue, lovely typical terraced house street within Clarendon Park, and I want to give you an update on what's been happening within the resale market within the Clarendon Park area. So within the last 12 months there's been 83 property sales, and interestingly the majority of those sales have been terraced homes, just like the ones around me today, with an average selling price of £227,900. Of those 83 properties, there's also been 18 flats, and the average sale price for those properties is around £177,200. And then finishing up, we have 2 detached homes that have sold an average price of around £252,300 and 13 semi-detached homes. Now, when we compare Clarendon Park to other areas within the local area, so for example, if we compare it to Stonygate, we have an average selling price of around £286,000, but also around kind of Knighton, we have an average selling price of around £272,000. Now, let's have a look at one of the most recent sales that's hit Land Registry, and that's a property on Lytton Road. Very popular location. It's a 3-bedroom terraced home, and let's now have a look at some of the photographs and what it was like inside. First of all, we had that gorgeous kitchen. We have a beautiful front reception room area. You can just imagine sitting there on a winter's evening, all cosy with the radiators on, fire going, but also it had a particularly special garden room. And let's have a look at what that courtyard garden had to offer as well. Very nice, quite low maintenance. Now, if you're thinking of selling or even buying within the Clannon Park area, we'd love to talk to you and see how we can help and discuss with you about why Clannon Park is so great. One of the reasons I love Clannon Park is Queen's Road. It has the great selection of different shops, and my personal favourite is Christopher James Delicatessen. Pop in there, say hello to Simon, and you won't be disappointed. I'll be back next month to give you a rundown on what's happening in Clannon Park. See you then.
One take. What's all that about? That's amazing. There you go. We can go back. Are you freezing? No, come on, let's go home.
That was very enlightening.
It's only a little bit. If you want to watch the whole of that, is it on your blog? Is it on your YouTube?
It's on the Landlord Farming Group.
It's on the Landlord Farming Group.
Okay, but not everyone's in the Landlord Farming Group.
Is it on your YouTube?
It's on my YouTube.
It's on Chris's YouTube, which is here. Yeah. And it's on Chris's LinkedIn, which is here. Go the other way, just for fun. So that's kind of the end, really, of As the Prop Show for Christmas. And that's kind of the end of the Prop Show for 2018.
Wish you all a very happy and healthy Christmas.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
From everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yes. And probably shout Merry Christmas to the camera.
I think so. But thank you very much for watching the Prop Show this year. It's been fantastic to see so many people kind of engaging with us, enjoying it.
Yes.
So thanks a million for watching. We'll be back in the new year with.
And if you want to come on the show, whether you're an estate agent or a supplier, it costs absolutely nothing to come up to Grantham.
Free.
Absolutely free, as long as you're interesting. So it's true. I'm sorry.
Yeah, true.
Our audience wants interesting. So if you've got something to say, then certainly send us in a little audition tape.
An audition tape? Just send us an email.
Yeah, with a cassette.
With a video.
On a cassette, where you have to wind it back with a biro.
Hey, Take That have just released their new album and they've released a cassette with it. Old school, yeah.
Amazing. Love that.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's it then.
There you go. So
from us, it's Merry Christmas!